and permission to record. Yes.
I gave it to him. Yeah, he has it.
I got it, Rob. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
They're good.
All right, you good.
Wes, another good win tonight. I guess Caleb in the first half shooting and AJ in the second half shooting kind of sums it up a little bit offensively.
Well, it was great to see Caleb get going. You know, we know he's capable of that. And, you know, we felt like he's a primary type guy offensively going into this year, and he's starting to hit his stride. I think we've seen that progressively. This isn't like a surprise. He's progressively started to look like he's getting into a rhythm offensively here over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So it was great. I thought he got going early by doing the little things, running the floor, cutting off the ball. He got himself some easy baskets. And then, you know, all of a sudden he's shooting it really well too. So really fired up about that. And I thought AJ gave us a big lift offensively to start us, you know, on a run in the second half, shooting the ball from behind the line.
And it seemed like Isaiah obviously had 30 against him the first time. They were kind of focusing more on him, and Caleb just kind of hung around the free throw line and was open and set his feet and was able to get some good shots. Did you sense that they were kind of focusing on Isaiah a little bit?
Yeah, I thought, you know, Isaiah in the first matchup, it's almost like they said, we're going to make Isaiah Miller, you know, try to beat us on the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to let him get, you know, down around the basket within 5 or 6 feet. And, you know, it wasn't as easy for him to get shoulders downhill tonight and all the ball screen stuff that we do for him. And I didn't think we handled that really well in the first half. I thought we handled it much better in the second half, not just Isaiah, but the guys that were screening and the guys playing around him a little bit better.
Coach, you mentioned Caleb, you know, with the injury early on in the year. You said he's starting to hit that stride. How important is it for him to have these performances for you guys to be that second scorer behind Isaiah and to step up when need be?
Well, you know, it's really important for this team offensively. You know, I thought to start the year last year, if you guys go back and look at our first 7 or 8 games a year ago, I think he was leading us in scoring. And so, you know, then he had that crazy injury at Georgetown. He got taken out of the air on a dunk or an attempted dunk. I don't know if anybody remembers, but it was a freaky play. We thought he was like career-ending injury almost in the moment. And he was out for a month, and he kind of never recovered to 100%. And then this year he was kind of dealing with some nagging stuff in the preseason. So, and for the first 10 games or so. So we know we can score it at that rate and be that type of an offensive player. It's great to see him, as you said, Eddie, getting back into a rhythm.
Coach, what's been the success on the road for you guys so far with the, you know, the road swing still continuing after this? And then 3 of your next 4 are going to be on the road?
You know, you guys are better at thinking about it in detail like that. I literally just try to think about preparing for the next day in practice, preparing for the next game. And I don't think it's a road versus home thing. I honestly think, you know, to this stage, we progressively improved as the year's gone on, you know, and there's no guarantee we'll do that again tomorrow, but that's the goal, is just to keep improving every day. So we're playing better basketball. If the record says we're better on the road, we'll figure all that reasons for that out at the end of the year. But I'll tell you what was nice. There was fans in here tonight. You know, I mean, I don't know if you could tell on the broadcast or not, but I don't know what the number. In a normal year, it might not have felt like a lot, but it felt like a lot of fans because we're not used to that. So that was kind of neat for a change. Even if they're not your fans and they're not cheering for you, it was neat to play in front of spectators again.
Yeah, your voice is pretty good, so you didn't have to yell too much, I guess, tonight, right?
I always do my share of yelling, but we were much better defensively in the second half, and when we're better defensively, I yell a lot less.
And obviously, the leading scorer in the conference, you guys held him pretty good. He got his trips to the foul line, but I thought that was a key too, keeping him kind of from getting into a rhythm. Yeah,
I'm glad you talked about that. You know, I thought the 2 things that we did a better job of in the second half. You know, Hayden Brown, who hurt us in the first half, I thought we did a much better job of guarding him as a team, keeping him in front of us, making his shots tougher shots. As you mentioned, we put him on the line a little bit, but I liked our activity to try to guard him. And then, you know, the best 3-point shooter in our league is Caden Rice. And Caden Rice, I think this is the first game all year he hasn't made 3 or more threes in a game. I think he's leading the nation in 3-point makes per night, if I'm not mistaken. And so I thought we did a pretty good job of getting to their shooters, specifically him and AB. So I was pleased with that effort defensively.
Thanks, Wes.
Appreciate you guys. We're
Thanks,
going
Coach.
to get our butts on the bus so we can get back to Greensboro before the wee hours.